at critical times. You know, we busted some coverages on defense that really hurt us, but overall could not be prouder of how we hung in there and fought all the way to the end. And I kept telling the kids, if we just settle down and just play good football, you know, it's not smoke and mirrors, it's blocking and tackling, it's execution, it's playing the game the way that we practice it. I couldn't be prouder of our young quarterback. You know, I talked to him this morning about making good decisions and protecting the football. We didn't turn it over. We played outstanding on special teams against maybe the best return man in the nation. You know, we did about everything we could think of for him not to return a kick. Pirate punted on him a few times, went for it on fourth down a few times. But that was a big part of the game, the special teams and the field position. And then, I mean, what can you say about this young kicker? I mean, Brandon Talton is a guy we recruited as a walk-on. Tommy Perry did an amazing job of getting that kid here. And the kid just has been outstanding in training camp. I even till last night, I was contemplating who was going to kick today. I really was rolling around in my sleep thinking about it because Spencer is a veteran kicker, a scholarship kid who's kicked in big games before, and but it was clear to all of us that Brandon just deserved the opportunity to kick, and you know, he kicked phenomenal today. You know, the extra point that we had the penalty on, he had to kick to tie the game was huge. And then the last kick, you know, just to be able to get in position to have a chance to kick a field goal at that point. I think I wore my rosary out in my pocket. But just an amazing job by our offense, and Carson getting us in position, you know, no timeouts. We practice those situations all the time, and an amazing kick. And, you know, the glory goes to God. What an amazing day, and we're so blessed to be part of this and have such a marvelous group of kids.
As we can start with Brandon, I guess, what was the final straw in making him the starting kicker tonight? How did you guys get hold of it?
He just has been more consistent, and he's been extremely consistent. His times are better. He's made the kicks in practice when we've asked him to, and he's gotten incredible height, and he kicks with confidence. I mean, that was a confident kick at the end of the game. You know, and I really, there's a lot of great coaching that goes on there too. You know, they ice the kid, and you know, if anybody ices it, we're supposed to kick it. We're supposed to kick it and get a practice kick, and I think that practice kick helped him. He kicked the second kick way better than he kicked the first one, but that's what we practice to do. And Tommy does an amazing job with the specialists and our special teams. You know, we were ready for a whistle kick there at the end, and we practiced that last Saturday, where, you know, if you don't have any timeouts and you have to run the field goal team out on the field and kick it, and we were prepared for that as well. There was a lot of coaching that went on in this game. I mean, you know, we got a couple calls at some key situations, and kind of went our way. And but man, what a tremendous job by everybody just hanging in there and coaching their kids, and their kids hanging in there and believing in one another. And it's just good football. It was well played by our kids, well coached by our staff, and that's a good football team that we beat. I mean, I got all the respect in the world for Jeff Braun. He knows how to coach offense. They have a good football team. So I feel very, very proud that we were able to come out of this with a win.
A true freshman kicker with that kind of confidence. And did that first one go through? It was hard to see from the box.
I think it was a little wide right. I think. I may be corrected on that, but you know, that's what we coach them to do. If somebody tries to ice them, you kick it and get a practice kick, and that's exactly what we do in practice. I mean, that's pretty savvy stuff for a young kid who's never played a college football game before. It's absolutely amazing. And but just a nervy kid. I gave out another scholarship tonight. Talton's on scholarship, making this a habit, and he earned it. You know, he really earned it, and so it's nice to have one available for something like that. And but just an amazing job the kid did.
First half, but it seemed like he played really well in the second half.
I was really pleased with Carson the whole night, and you know, I had to calm our guys down on the sideline. We had a lot of guys that were frustrated about, you know, we got to throw the ball down the field and this and that. And I said, we're doing good. You know, he's not turning the ball over. We had horrible field position the first quarter, and some games are like that. You know, we just have to fight through those rough spots. You know, I texted Barry Alvarez today from Wisconsin, and Barry used to say all the time, you know, momentum's like a pendulum. You know, it goes away from you, but if you just keep fighting, it comes back. And you know, we told the kids that today, and you have to keep pushing through the rough spots of a game, and you have to fight through when the momentum isn't going your way, because it eventually is going to come back, and that's what happened. You know, late in the game. You know, our kids, I think, were in great condition, and we continue to play and make plays. And you know, Carson Strong is a clear-eyed quarterback. He can see coverage. He knows where his routes are, and he knows where his checkdowns are. He didn't force the ball into coverage. He checked it down when he needed to. He scrambled when he needed to, and he competed. He really competed. He put this team on his back and fought through at the end when we needed to will to win, and that's a credit of a really good player. And so, you know, and the exciting thing is he's got 4 full years to play, and he's just getting started. So that's exciting for us.
Coach, on the other side of the ball, it looked like, especially in the second half, you guys did a better job of denying Rondale the space he likes, closing in on the space he likes. Would you agree with that?
I think we did a better job. We settled down and just did what we were coached to do. I know we busted a couple coverages. We busted the flea flicker. We busted the wheel route. And it's more communication. We have a lot of young guys back there at safety, and we didn't communicate very well at times, and that'll improve. We'll get better. This is our first game, and obviously we're not a finished product yet. You know, going into the season, I really felt like we just had to get through this preseason and really learn as much as we could, and try to just win snaps and not worry about the score and the opponent and all the hype and all that, but just try to play good football, win snaps, and give ourselves a chance to win at the end. And we eventually did that tonight. Just really believe in our team. I believe in our leaders. I believe in our kids, and I think that faith in our team just really paid off at the end.
If you look at this as kind of a tale of two halves, was there a specific halftime message you could tell us? Or?
I just asked our kids to play good football and not worry about the score. And I really felt like if we could just not worry about the opponent, not worry about the score, and just really focus in on playing well and doing the things that we do in practice, that we would have a chance to win. And we played better defense in the second half. We made some critical drives when we had to offensively, and we responded in the fourth quarter. We really did as a team. And you know, I challenged the team to do that. I challenged them to respond when the game was on the line. And we did just that today. And you got to give our kids credit.
Anything else for Coach? What were the emotions when that field goal went through and you guys had pulled off that comeback?
Oh man, it was amazing. I can't even really explain. I probably think that's the best win I've been a part of as a football player, honestly.
What did you guys do so well in the second half? I mean, obviously there were some issues in the secondary in that first half, and in the second half when you gave up one touchdown, it gave the offense an opportunity to get back into the game.
Well, we went into halftime and we just communicated what was going on out there, and we got it fixed. And honestly, we started playing with more pride in the second half, and that led us to this W.
Carson Strong tonight, just with his performance as a first-time college player doing what he did.
Oh man, Carson is poised, man. That kid looked like a 3-year starter back there. You couldn't tell he was a redshirt freshman. So, I mean, once you're out there, they don't care how old you are, what class you're in. As long as you playing good ball, man, we got a chance.
Daniel, I asked you at the media day they did if you had to be a big play guy, and you kind of poo-pooed it. You said, I'm just a player and all that. But you had the 2 interceptions tonight. Can we get you to be a big-time player now?
Yeah, man. They were saying like I ain't touched the ball enough last year, so this year I'm coming in with the mindset of being a playmaker. So that's my goals for this year.
You guys did have 5 turnovers to their 0. Obviously, that was a huge part of the game. Why do you think you guys were so successful in taking the ball away from them?
Well, all week we talk about special teams being big in our game, and Q was punting some great balls, and we were covering kicks like crazy, and me personally, I just felt like defense had to step up and make a play, honestly.
Did you even know Talton was your guys' starting kicker?
Nah, I thought it was Pettit at first, and then I looked, I was like, oh, that's the other guy, but he stepped up really good this game, man. That's crazy, man. He's a freshman and he making that kick, man. That's big time.
What does this win mean to the team and maybe to the community about getting on this bandwagon and supporting you guys?
Well, we just want to show that we can play with anybody in this country, man. I know they try to say Power 5 this and all that, but you know, Mountain West plays some good football too, and we just want to go out and play our best, put our best effort on film.
Similar to the bowl game, where things are just not going very well, not going very well, and you make the comeback at the end. What is it about the grit of this team? I mean, that's kind of your guys' motto that doesn't allow you guys to give up and you give yourself a chance late in the game.
Well, our coaches instill it in us every practice, man. Like, no matter how things are going, I mean, they're on scholarship too, so they're going to make plays. But, I mean, as long as we stick to it and keep running to the ball, man, we got a chance.
Looked like you guys made Rondale more uncomfortable as the game went on. It closed down some of the space he likes to operate in. Is that something you saw on the field?
Yeah, well, all week when we were practicing, we had a couple of things schemed up for him. He's a great player, man. And our scheme worked out really well. Shout out to Coach Castile.
today. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
What's the feeling as that field goal's made and you guys complete the comeback and taking pictures with people and then you're walking back through the tunnel and having all the fans supporting you guys?
You know, it's just a great feeling. It was a great team win. We never stopped believing, and great job by special teams and defense. I mean, the defense really held them in the second half. I think that, what was the turnover ratio? Does anyone know? 5-0. I mean, credit to the special teams and the defense keeping us in the game. So just the game, it was just a great team effort, and it's a great feeling coming out with the win.
Environment like just getting back out there on the field, playing quarterback.
You know, the first quarter, it was moving a little bit fast. I wasn't seeing my reads as well as I needed to, and but as the game went on, as each drive went on, it started slowing down for me, and by the end of the game, it was moving in basically slow motion.
Brandon is apparently from your area in Vacaville.
Yeah,
Did you know him
Vacaville's finest.
before you came here, or?
I knew him. We weren't like friends or anything. He went to the rival school. We went to Vacaville High, but you know, I'm proud of the kid. I told him about midway through the third, I was like, we're gonna score some touchdowns, and come to it, you're gonna kick a game-winning field goal, and he did it.
What was the rival school?
Yeah, it was the rival school.
What was it called?
Vacaville High. Yeah. I don't want to say that I was like nervous or anything, but when I got out there, you know, it was different. It was a little bit faster than what I've seen in practice. But we just made adjustments. Coach Mummy, Coach Norvell were talking me through everything, and I really just needed to make better decisions with the ball. I needed to find completions. We just needed to start getting first downs. I was trying to hit the home run ball a little bit too much. And so once we just started to try to just move the ball efficiently, it just started coming more easy.
Just on a purely personal level, you had played, you know, a meaningful game in 3 seasons. You know, as a competitor, as an athlete, tell us what it was like just to be out there.
You know, I love football. I love competing, and this is what I love to do. So there was no better feeling than going out there and being able to compete with my teammates. You know, it was just a great team win. So. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a surprise to us. We knew coming in this game that we had a really good chance of winning, and we never stopped believing. And when we were in halftime in the locker room, we were all just saying, like, we got a lot of time left. Let's go down, let's win this game. And so as far as my confidence level, I just got to stay even-keeled, just go to the next game at Oregon and get prepared for that game.
Was that just a cramp that you picked up?
Yeah, cramp in my right calf. As soon as I threw the ball to Cookie, I felt it in my calf.
What do you feel like the momentum's going in your guys' direction?
Honestly, the special teams, the bounced right off his helmet, and we were all flying around. I mean, really every single time we got a turnover on special teams or defense, that is just such a momentum swing, and it gives us great field position first and foremost. And a lot in the first quarter, we were kind of backed up because we weren't moving the ball, and so we were punting, and they were getting the ball like the 50. And our defense we were putting our defense in a tough spot, and so we're getting those turnovers. Now we were flipping the field, and we were getting on the other side of the field. So those turnovers do a lot.
What was the locker room like after the
We're all pretty excited. Just happy that we came out with the win, and it was just a great overall team win.
You feel like more than down by the end of the game? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
They're playing elevation.
They were gassed, yeah. They were gassed. We knew that they were gassed. And so we really just wanted to keep pushing the pace and make them tackle, make them defend. And, you know, Coach Simmons conditions us really well all summer. And so we felt like we were really conditioned, and they were definitely sucking for air.
What are you trying to do on that last possession? You know, you got the ball with like 35 seconds.
Yeah.
You need about 40 yards to get the field goal range.
Yeah. I just gave Cookie that sit route, and he made a really good catch, really great route, and we got it about excuse me, about exactly where Brandon needed to be to kick it, and that was a really good kick.
Do you remember playing against them?
I remember like seeing him and watching him, but like I said, I didn't go to that school, so I didn't really know him on a personal level, but I did know him, and Vacaville's finest. You know, I'm just happy for the kid, and I'm excited that he's here and kicking game-winning field goals on his first series or first game.
Anything else for Carson? All right, thank you. When did Coach tell you were picking tonight?
When did they tell me? They told me probably about 11 a.m. this morning. We were battling all the week, and they just like said, I don't know who's going to do it yet. We're still thinking about it. And then Coach Norvell came up to me after morning stretches and told me that I was starting, so I was excited.
I mean, could you imagine this though?
I mean, it sounds like a story. Like someone just made this up. It just happened this way. Made all my kicks, first field goal ever, and then ended on a 56-yarder. I mean, this is what we work for, and this is what Perry puts us through. So it's all worth it. So no matter what. So
Made in the game.
in the game, yes. In high school, my junior year, I made a 47-yard field goal.
Or was that wide right?
No, it was wide right. On that one, I was seeing when I heard the whistle. I wasn't even thinking about icing or anything like that. And then I heard the whistle, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to gauge the distance, hit it, and then felt good. And I knew after I hit that, I was going to make the next one. I looked at Coach Perry, and he was like, give me the head nod, and it was go time. So. Oh, I hit it, and it was going straight through, and it was one of those things where I hit it so clean and smooth, I knew it was going in no matter what. So I just looked at him, and he was like, shock in his face, and we just like jumped on each other, and and I just saw the whole team running, and I was like, protect yourself on the bottom of the pile. I knew it was coming. So
You're on scholarship already?
yeah, came in here preferred walk-on. Literally, I was even on nowhere near Nevada's map until I came out here on a camp, and then dominated the camp, ended up winning. Coach Perry came out to another camp, Sac State camp, saw me there. And then a couple weeks after said, we would like you to be a preferred walk-on. And I was like, I'm down, like D1 football, I would love to play for you. So came out here, worked really hard over summer, and then worked these hard fall camp and all that, and definitely paid off. So on scholarship now.
When about offered?
I have no idea. I was just, I wasn't really thinking about that. Everything was just like, let's go to school for football. Let's go to school for football and make it happen. But no, I didn't really have a plan to go anywhere else before Nevada. So, yeah.
When exactly did they offer you, or
I would say a month before school started, so like July. No, I was talking to schools, but nothing serious. I was talking to schools, but it was nothing like serious. Like, yeah, we're gonna give you money, we're gonna offer you a spot. It was more just, yeah, we like you. That was it. So.
Just to stay in the locker room when you're on scholarship in front
Yeah,
of
so they did all the game ball situations, yeah, defense, all that, and then they said last one, kicker, and he's like, here's your game ball. And he said, and now you're on scholarship. And I just looked at him, I was like, in awe, like, it's crazy. It still doesn't feel real. It still doesn't feel real.
Coach Norvell mentioned things like he wants you to kick through even if there's a whistle and
Yeah.
all that. The other thing I saw was the one play where Caleb was a little bit late getting onto the field and
Yeah.
all that. So are those heads-up plays coming directly from practice?
No, well, we work on focus all the time. Coach Perry has us meditate all the time. It's literally helped tremendously with my focus and being in the moment. Because I'll tell you right now, in high school, if that would have happened, I probably would have like freaked out, like kept it cool, just sat there, like waited for him, because I mean I'm the true freshman, he's the senior, big guy on the team, so I was just like, he's gonna come out here when he's ready, you know what I mean? He'll be there. I know I'm not worried about that. And he got there and just took my steps back and nailed it, and just looked at him and he apologized, but no biggie. We both made it. The whole team made it, so it's all good.
Carson back and back with all?
Yeah, we knew each other, not like hanging out or anything like that, but obviously we went to rival high schools. I played against him my sophomore year, so my first year of football. And when he played junior year, unfortunately, he didn't get to play senior year. But yeah, and then when my senior year, he came back for a game, and I went to go watch his high school play because we had bye week, and we hung out and talked a little bit about Nevada and stuff like that. But stayed texting and stuff like that, but never hung out when we were both in high school together. More like a rival high school type of thing, and focus on our own stuff. I played soccer since I was 3 years old. So my dad's a soccer coach. He's been there like all throughout my life. I did 3v3 tournaments, all that. I started this thing called Just for Kicks when I was younger. It was just like fundamentals basically when I was 3. Then they finally like lowered the age of competitive soccer, and I played competitive when I was 8 in Sacramento. That my dad drove me up there every day, and then yeah, he coached me for a long time too, and I decided to kick sophomore year, and ever since then I went to a football camp, and my coaches told me that it could be a future, so I just focused on it, and it went well. So
Was he the one on the field with his name, your name on the back of it?
yeah, my dad, yeah, my jersey on. Yeah, they made those. My dad, I have no idea. I'm really focused on the Oregon game now. Got to keep it going. You can't just do it and then, you know what I mean? You can't just show up one game and just like forget about it. I got to do my thing next game. So definitely.
Anything else? Thank you, Brandon.
What was the feeling as you walked off the field with that win finally in hand, and the crowd kind of going wild as you walked through that tunnel?
I mean, I just feel blessed. Like, that was amazing. I could never thought I would experience something like that in my entire life. We just came back from I don't even know how much points, and to hit a game-winning 56-yard field goal and a game-tying touchdown like that is amazing. I had chills the whole time. Like, my heart was racing. Oh, that one's better because I was part of this one. That one was better, 100%.
What do you think it is about this team with the never say die attitude? I mean, the bowl game was pretty similar to this, and not to give up when you're down 17 in the second half.
I mean, this team just has a lot of heart. Like, we all want to win, and we all know, like, no matter what the score is, whatever the deficit is, like, we can win because we're a band of brothers, and we just all have faith in each other.
What did you learn about Carson tonight? I mean, maybe not the smoothest start, but by the end, it seemed like he was hitting every big pass.
He's a gamer. He first it was a little rocky, his first college start, but he came in confident, and he didn't change his energy the entire game from the start to the finish. He kept the same energy high the entire time.
What do you think was the difference for you guys at the turning point when you guys started to get some rhythm?
I mean, we just started getting our playmakers the ball more and started spreading the ball out more. Like, we got Foss. Foss came down with a bunch of key catches on some key drives. Romeo came down with some. Dom had some. And Toa had some. Like, we all just contributed to this win.
Did you know that Brandon was even a kicker before the game started? Or?
So, when I first met him, I didn't know who the kicker was. The kicker and the punter look exactly alike. I didn't know who it was. And I found out like maybe a week or two ago that he was the kicker. And now I love him. I love him. I mean, it just gives me a lot more trust in our field goal team. Like, especially like with him as a freshman coming in and making a 56-yard field goal against a Big Ten team, that is legendary. He just became a legend at the University of Nevada in one game. Yeah, I had. Like, my parents come to every game, but like my sister, one of my sisters hasn't really came to any of my college games, and this was her first one she came to. My cousins, my aunts, uncles, my grandma, all them.
Quick sidebar for you. My wife sat next to your dad, apparently. He said he was on the one-handed catch, he was high-fiving people.
Yeah.
So you take that with you.
Yeah, thank you. My dad lives through me kind of still. My dad was a college football player, and now he still wants to do it, but now he just lives through me. I mean, just having confidence and knowing that your team trusts you and you got to come down with it at the end of the day. I mean, this just gives us so much more confidence. Like, we know, like, with this win, we know that we can win all of our games on our schedule. We have a lot more confidence, especially going into next week. We got a tough opponent in Oregon, and we just got to get right on it and game plan against them like how we did against Purdue.
Anything else? Thank you, Elijah.